What's up, guys? So I'm going to start packing some orders. I have a topic I want to talk about today, and that is reseller routines. I was watching the Trash to Cash episode, not like their most recent one from when this video is about to drop, but I think it was like 2 weeks ago because I got a little behind. Anyway, I want to talk about routines for resellers. Now, I think Kevin was talking about how different days have different like schedules for him, but typically he does the same type of things, if that makes any sense. And for me, it's kind of similar. I have sourcing days. Those days I leave to the bigger city. It's a 2-hour drive. I get there, I source as many stores as I can, and I come home. It's by far the worst day of the week for me, believe it or not. You would think thrifting is the best part of this job, but I disagree. I think it's the worst part of this job. It is exciting to find good items, but it's taxing for me because it takes so long to acquire those like good items, and a lot of times I have to sell mediocre items. But for today, I sold 28 items for $616.93. So not a lot of money there, but it's enough. It's going to get it done. I try to go for $500 a day. That ends up being, I think, $185,000 in the year. And then, like, you guys have maybe seen the income video I put out recently. It was $207,000 for the year. Made $64,500. Not too bad. I want to talk about reseller routines. I just kind of gave a rundown of my sourcing day because that is the simplest day of my schedule as far as variety. It's typically the same thing, right? I go to the stores, I hit all the thrifts, I drive around, I fill up gas, I get breakfast, lunch, dinner on the road pretty much, and I come back home with tons of items. And I'm kind of getting tired of that day. I'd almost rather do 2 shorter days, which I call the day shift. So you still have to do the commute to the big city, 2-hour drive, but instead of actually staying there all night and coming back at 10:30, 11 o'clock, I come back at 6 p.m. I'm able to eat dinner with my wife, hang out with my son. He's 13 months, and he's getting to the point where like he knows if I'm not there. Like he's looking for me when he comes home. And now that that's happening, I really don't want to miss out the time while he's here and, really sweet, I mean, soon enough, he'll be like an adolescent and a teenager. And then maybe those days I won't necessarily want to be there like during his morning or evening routines, but more so now while he's young, fresh, before he gets to be a little crazy. And then hopefully he'll come back to reality and be a man. That's the goal, right? To raise children to be men. Today is a different day. So today is the day after. And as far as the day after goes, is I've already done my sourcing, and I did a day shift day this last time, yesterday. That means I left the house at 6:30, got breakfast, came back home at 6 p.m. I was able to acquire 87 items, and it was good stuff. Man, I can't find this one. Hold on. 36. Okay, here it is. It's a little difficult to talk and pick, but I'm trying to knock out 2 items, tasks that I have to do today in one shot. Now, the day after sourcing, typically I'm pretty tired, but I'm motivated because I don't have to go drive around all the time. I get to stay home in my town and kind of relax. Now, the days of the week that I do the sourcing, typically it would be a Wednesday when I go sourcing, but if it's things are starting to change. This business is changing as far as like when to find items, like which stores have discounts. Sometimes there's a half-off day at a Salvation Army and people are camping out there the whole time. As soon as a new rack comes out or they're putting up stuff, people are there grabbing. So it's like, okay, maybe I avoid that store and I kind of source a different area. And then you change your days. And anyway, so you don't want to get too complacent with your routine and your sourcing because it's constantly evolving. So for me, the next day is today, right? Now, what do I need to do after I sourced all those items? You would think, oh, you need to start taking photos of those items, or you need to start processing, detagging, washing, whatever you do. I don't do that. I focus on content. I make YouTube videos. I try to talk about, things that are on my mind, try to share with you guys, try to answer questions, constantly commuting with people through different means, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube comments, and I have a good time with it. I really enjoy talking about this and helping people out and trying to get you, you know, a little better at this if you want to go that route, or just good enough so that you can make some, vacation money or whatever your goals are in reselling in business. I am here for it. So let's bounce over to this other side. Now we'll continue this thought. All right, but the main focus when I'm not doing eBay is YouTube, and then I also have a business where I review products, and that involves social media, like making videos, editing. And then I also can go like the short form content route, and that's, if you've seen any of my YouTube shorts, Instagram, Facebook, that's, those don't make a lot of money, but they get a lot of new people to the channel, which, watching this YouTube channel makes some money. So it's kind of like, pick your poison. Where do you want to put your efforts in? And you would think, what makes you the most money is kind of what you should do. And, it's reselling, but I've kind of capped out as much reselling as I want to do. I don't want to build this to a 10,000 item store or, anything like that. So I'm trying to build my social media and then my review business. And I also have another business where I do, I make shorts for people. I make reels for other businesses. And that can get exposure to their business. And then, I can make some quick cash, a few $100, doing stuff like that. But when I get back from my sourcing day, I wake up and I kind of relax. I kind of go a little slow in the morning. I kind of say, hey, like take this time, kind of reflect, plot out what you want to do, and then go attack it. One thing I have to do every day is ship items. So you're seeing me here on this video, pull and pack items. Well, pull items. I'm about to pack them after this, but this is something that has to be done. So this is like a non-negotiable, absolutely have to take care of. And I have a part-time employee. She works, like I said, 5 to 12 hours a week. She can ship items too, although she can't reach the top row. So sometimes I gotta pull the items and have her ship. But I mainly use her efforts towards photographing, processing, and packing the items. I don't really want her doing just shipping because it's really not that long of a task. And I want to, I don't mind shipping. Like I like it. Shipping is probably like my favorite part of the business, believe it or not. When you're not packing like TVs and boxes and things like that, if it's just poly bags, like from Jiaropack, Taylor 10% off, then it's really not that bad. It's actually pretty soothing, kind of therapeutic, and it's a sign of like you kind of get to see your the fruits of your labor, so to speak. This is the last step before it goes to the customer. And then, of course, you get returns and they come back to you. But so anyway, one of the things I have to do is I have to decide, like, okay, when am I going to pack items? Typically, I get this shipping done before lunch. Absolutely want to get it done before lunch. And then a lot of times, if I'm not cooking a steak at the house, I'll go out to eat for lunch. And I like to take my packages before I go out to eat. Now, that's that's a couple tasks in the morning, but it's definitely not enough tasks to fill out the morning. So I was just kind of mentioning that's one task that has to be done every day. So, okay, what does that mean? That means from, let's say 7:30, 7:45, whenever my wife takes my son to daycare and she goes to work, from that time till lunch, which is 12 o'clock for me, what do I do? So pulling, picking orders, if I'm not filming, takes like 45 minutes. It really doesn't take long, like 20-something items to pull without having to look back at the camera and stuff. It's super fast. Packing it, you're talking like 30 seconds to put a label on or less. It's a really quick process. I like to hit the recumbent bike, which you guys have probably seen. Right over here is the recumbent bike, and I usually hit that for 30 minutes. I have my power rack with my dumbbells, straight bar, adjustable bench, and then I have this dreaded GHD, I think that's glutes, hams, delts, or something like that. That machine, which I actually got at a thrift store for $5. So I could not pass that up, but I don't use it as much as I should because it's very hard to do. So working out is a big part of what I do. I usually just do the recumbent cardio in the morning half of the day. I will not do weights until later in the day, mainly because I want to have enough food in my body. I don't like to work out on an empty stomach. I like to make sure that my body can, feed the muscles once I break them down. And that's a big part for 2024. I definitely want to be a stronger individual, mainly for my son, and mainly for when I go to, like, say his sporting events or like his practices, and there's other dads there that are much younger and fitter and more handsome than me. I want to be able to compete with them on some level. So I figure strength is one of those things I can build up and kind of ingrain in myself, hey, you got to do this every day. Your son will see you doing it every day. He'll do it every day. And then he'll be set up for, being a physical individual growing up and not a wimp working out. That's one of the things I do. But in addition to that, we've got another couple things, which is content. So if I'm deciding like I want to make a piece of content, then I need to kind of plan out what I want to talk about. And today's not like the best example because I didn't really have a plan for this video. I did have a topic for it, but I really want to, man, is this the right one? 86. I got 96. It's 86. I really want to make like high production videos, but man, it's so difficult to do. It takes a lot of studying and practice. But I don't mind talking about, different things that happen in the business, or like how to schedule, the business as somebody running their own business, I do like to talk about that. And today, for example, like I had the slow morning ride. I didn't hit the recumbent bike yet, mainly because I had to take my son to daycare. My wife had an appointment on the other side of town, so I took him to daycare. I went and got breakfast, came back. But before breakfast, so I took my son to daycare. He's down by my store. It's like an office store that I call a store, but it's an office where Randy works. And I made a YouTube video. So that already came out. You guys, it's the last video that came out on my channel. So that's what I did today, right? And then when I got back to the house, I let my dog out. Ragnar, of course, he wanted to play outside and eat and all that stuff. So I let him out. And then I came back inside. I kind of like, thought about like, what do I want to do next, right? Well, I was already in like the YouTube mood. So I was like, well, let me just make another YouTube video. So this is the second video I filmed today. And I plan to drop this maybe Friday. I'm not sure what day you're watching this. And I hate throwing dates out there because I get confused with like the past and present for videos. Because sometimes videos get stuck in logs and then they don't get edited. And, it's a little disorganized with the YouTube front for me. I'm still trying to work that out. Trying to learn from some of the better creators out there how they balance their YouTube schedules, because it's a difficult thing. It absolutely is. 22,339. And yeah, so 2 videos today, which is good. That's definitely better than usual. I've been kind of slacking on my YouTube front in the sense that I was running a bunch of YouTube lives for people, and I stopped doing the YouTube lives because it was kind of the end of football season. It was holiday season. And I just kind of got burnt a little bit on running the lives. They take a lot of time and energy to kind of set up. Hang on a second. 22,339. I don't know why I can't find this one. Oh, here we go. 22,339. Jeez. All right. So instead of running the lives, I was like, well, let me just start putting more videos out, because I need to put content out to keep keep new viewers coming, because there's constantly new viewers coming to the channel, which I really appreciate. And I want to make sure that I'm putting stuff out that people, get a kick out of, or maybe they just want to check in and see how things are going. Some people are like that too. 2344. Grab the wrong one. 2344. So, what happens after I pull these items? Well, I pretty much close the video out, and then I ship the items. Then once the items are shipped, I probably have a few minutes to kind of decide what to do. Sometimes I check bank accounts. Sometimes I check other social media incomes, because You know, there's income coming from Facebook ads, obviously YouTube, there's Jiaropack money, there's brand deals, sponsors. Sometimes I get emails I have to review. Kind of like office work is what I do after I ship the items, because I'm already at my desk in my office, like, you know, at the house, my office in my spare bedroom, doing work. So I like to look and check some certain things, kind of see how things are going, and make sure that I don't forget anything. You know, sometimes stuff's going on and you got to remember, like, cars need oil changes, or just, you know, maybe my wife had something she really wanted me to take care of, like a honeydew type thing. And that's that. So from that point on, then I will go take the items to the post office. I will grab lunch, or probably today I'm probably going to grab steaks and grill up like 3 steaks, cut them in half, which some people think that's sacrilegious, but you cut a steak in half, then you have 2 meals. You know, they're small meals, little snacks. Sometimes I eat it with ramen and eggs, or sometimes I make like a bagel, egg and cheese steak sandwich. I like doing that too. I started doing that again. So I'm going to probably go to the grocery store after I ship items, come back, eat lunch, and then after I eat lunch, I'm going to start filming more videos. So I need to film review videos, and I'll probably start editing this video, or the video that already released. So start editing one YouTube video, and then maybe I'll list some items on eBay in that time. So like whenever I want to take a break and shift task, I'll make sure I have another task that I can knock out without taking too much like brain power. Like, listing items doesn't take any brain power. Editing doesn't take a tremendous amount of brain power. Like, doing videos takes a little bit of brain power. And I also need to go sourcing today. So, you know, I went sourcing 2 days, or all day, not all day, day shift yesterday, sourcing. But I still have 3 stores in my town that I can go to. And I usually go to those about once a week. So 3 stores in my town, and I have a goal to hit, like, I don't know, ideally 40 items. You know, 50 would be great, but 40 would be cool too. I think I'm gonna have to shift around. We're gonna shift around one more time. So we have review videos, and listings. I don't have to list, like, I need to launch my listings because I list the day before. So like last night, the last thing I did before going to bed, I did listings. Today, before going to bed, I may edit a video instead of doing listings, but I have all the listings that I need for today. I launch them today. I run my discounts like I've talked about before. And then, yeah. So that's going to be the afternoon shift. So the afternoon shift involves second business, YouTube stuff, possibly posting items, usually calling people. I'll call my friend Brian, or I'll call somebody else, kind of see what's up for the day. And then I got to go sourcing, and then by that time, like, usually 4 hours have passed, you know, through all that, and then my son and wife are home from daycare. So daycare and work, and then I'm pretty much in dad mode until my son goes to bed at like 8:30, and then from 8:30 I pick back up into reselling our business. You know, I mean, I hang out with my wife if we want from 8:30 to 9:30, you know, but I pretty much stay up till about 11, right? Stay up till about 11, do some more work, and then it's the next day. So that is that's pretty much how I run my life. I try to break it up into 2 days. I have the morning shift and the afternoon shift for at-home days. Sourcing days are pretty much the full day. So, you know, we run that. Wait, 232.61. Ah, here we go. I was looking for 71. It was 61. So yeah, I break my day into 2 days. I have the morning shift, afternoon shift. I make sure to hit my meals. Oh yeah, I work out in the evenings too. I didn't even say when I do the weights. Sometimes I do them like before my wife and son get home, say like 4 o'clock to 5, 4 to 4:45. Around that time I'll hit a workout. Or I'll do it from 8:30 to 9 if my wife's like doing something else and kind of wants to do her own thing. Then I'll work out during that period. And usually, you know, I don't mind working out at night. Sometimes it's a little hard to get charged up to throw some weights around. But then you go to bed, you know, you shower, go to bed, and you feel really exhausted because you put in some good work before bed. So yeah, that's pretty much the day. Like, I guess ideal day would be not having to source, period, you know? Like, say today is Wednesday. I have Thursday, Friday, so I may go to Dallas to source either Thursday, Friday. So say I go Friday, that means tomorrow I won't have to go sourcing in town, so that saves me about an hour and a half, 30 minutes at each store. So that hour and a half I can use for more content, more maybe I want to get the workout in, before my wife and son come home. So that's kind of how that works. So ideally I wouldn't have to go sourcing because like I said before, sourcing is my least favorite task of this business. Just because it gets old. I mean, it's thrift stores are not as exciting as garage sales in my opinion, because garage sales you can truly hit like some miraculous deals. Thrift stores, like, you can find some good stuff, but very rarely you find that one batch of clothes that's like all donated to the same person, all expensive stuff. It's out there, but I feel like garage sales you can hit a little more. And that's kind of what I want to focus on this next year too. I need to start planning how I'm going to attack the garage sales in my town. And honestly, I'm going to get, back on the socials, write down in a notebook which garage sales are like just straight up resellers that are trying to pawn off their old stuff, because I want to avoid those houses. I don't want to fall into the trap of running to those houses thinking they're going to be good and they're actually just a bunch of resellers. I don't want to go to those houses. So that's something that I need to work on. And I need to explain to my son, hey, we're resellers, man. We're going to be hitting some garage sales. I know you're only 1 year old, but you are, you got to learn how to do this, man. So I need to kind of break down the law, like explain to him how this works, so we can get the deals and we can make the money. But a little disorganized of a video. I hope you guys kind of were tracking and followed some of this stuff. If you have any questions on like, well, what do you do with this? Like, how do you handle this day? Like, let me know. And I think I'm going to circle back to this issue. Maybe make like more of a snappy, quick, shorter video about like productivity and like routine. Maybe you'll see me make a cup of coffee maybe you'll see me like stretching, getting out of bed or something like that, and do like a cheesy YouTube video like that. But hey, I just wanted to kind of share with you guys. The topic was on my mind from the Trash to Cash podcast, which I love watching those guys. They're having their meetup, and I was kind of planning to go to Florida, but it really didn't work out just because of some unforeseen circumstances. But we're gonna eventually kind of like meet those people when they go to an event. So we'll just have to wait till the next one comes around. But for now, we're gonna ship these items. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.